WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tiger Talk, WSKB.
Comes up fast.
Yeah, we weren't ready, but we were. WCPC Channel 15, if you're watching on our local TV station.
It's a very relaxed atmosphere here.
WSKB 89.5. You're listening to the number one show on WSK. Although, Joe, we were down on views last week. Did you post?
Yes.
I think we have a problem with our posting. Something's up because we only had 19 views.
Well, it still beat the other show.
Well, I don't know that it did this week. I think we're missing something. We got to talk to Mrs. Groom. You'll notice that we are missing our co-host.
Yes.
Mrs. Groom. And it's her birthday today.
It is.
So happy 33rd birthday to Mrs. Groom.
You played that very nicely.
Yeah.
She's still younger than I am, Mr. Daly.
Somehow I'm going to try to give her a demerit still. Maybe she gets one for not being here, but...
we have to text her a football question and see what she comes back with.
So she's on assignment today, so we're going to miss her, but happy birthday to her anyway, and hopefully she has a great day.
I'm sure she will.
We'll miss her, but...
she's in good company today.
She is, and we got a ton of stuff going on, as usual. We talk about anything and everything Westfield Tech. We have some big-time sports stuff going on that we'll get to. We got the boys' soccer team coming on later on in the show. We have open house coming
Open house
on.
tonight.
What's up with open house, Joe? Give us
Open house tonight, 6 o'clock to 7:30. The sort of the traditional main focus of open house around here has always been middle school students, prospective applicants to WTA, typically 8th grade, but also 7th graders from Westfield Middle School and some of the surrounding middle schools. However, it's also an opportunity for currently enrolled students to come in with their folks and take a look at the programs, talk to teachers in a general sort of way about what the curriculum for each area is. We even get alumni coming in who just want to see the place, especially folks who may have been, in school in the 60s, 70s, see what's changed, see what's different, see what's still the same.
Like the space you're sitting in used to be a classroom.
Exactly. So, I mean, for me, Pete's heard me say it since the day that I walked in the door. Kevin has too. We consider WTA a public utility. This is a service that's brought to Westfield by Westfield. So we want anybody and everybody who wants to stop by to feel welcome. It's really an open house now, the way we do it for the community. So you hear a lot about all of the great things that are happening here, but if you want to put a name with a face, to use the old saying, come on in 6 to 7:30 tonight. We'll be happy to welcome you and show you around.
Yep, we'll be at the front door.
We'll be at the front door.
And all the
I'll
teachers.
be here in Studio 120.
Yep, every staff member will be here, academic and shop. I think last year we didn't stop people coming in the door from 6 to 7:30 last year.
No. I mean, and we don't do a count.
No.
You know, it's nobody sitting at the door with a clicker, although
We
it would be
should.
interesting to do that. But we were full bore last year without any of the COVID protocols for the first time in a couple of years, and the place was jammed.
Yeah. Yep. Nonstop greeting, shaking hands, kissing babies like crazy. It was
There were some babies.
in the. I don't even know. I couldn't even fathom giving a number of how many people came last year. So we anticipate another big night, hopefully. And that's
I did last year. I did sort
Yep.
of. I mean, I wasn't doing it faithfully, but sort of a informal count at the door. I lost count somewhere up around 300, 350.
yeah.
Wow.
And that was, and then I gave up after a while, so
Yeah.
there was still time.
Well, after 350, you start forgetting what's next, right? It's a big number.
At this stage of my life, yes, I do.
I may have a pitch counter kicking around somewhere. You can just click it.
Yep.
Well, I had one of those, Pete. It's funny you were mentioning that, and I can't, I'm good about saving everything. I can't find it.
I'll have to look around and see if I can find it for you.
Back in your bouncing days at the bars, huh, Pete? Checking to make sure we keep the numbers down.
No, in my Babe Ruth days of
Oh.
being up in the booth doing pitch counts for teams.
So, well, that's a good night. It's tough going home and coming back, but once you're back, you're like, okay, this is good. So,
I usually stay, although I got to bring my son who goes to St. Mary's.
Yeah.
I got to run him home because his mother doesn't want him to have to stay here and hang
No.
around with his dad
You'll
all
melt.
afternoon and evening.
that's it.
I
That's
know,
too
very-
much quality time. So,
I
so
might
that's,
give him something to do.
Yeah, get to work. We have that going on, which is great. That always consumes. Everybody's getting ready for that. The building's got our custodians are cleaning up. That's always
Ah,
nice.
Place twinkles.
Looking,
The place twinkles.
sparkling. With us, Mr. Langoni, we have Mr. Quinn here. Hi, Mr. Quinn.
Good morning,
Dr.
gentlemen.
Quinn, the medicine man.
Are you? Do you have your doctorate or no?
Oh, no, I do
no.
not.
Okay, so Mike Quinn, he's
It's a friendly moniker
yeah.
that I've
he's
bestowed on poor Mr. Quinn.
we always every week we try to bring a staff member on, preferably a new one that we have, and although I was going through the list, I feel like we almost have not everybody, but we've had a large population of teachers
Pretty close.
on the
We
show.
still have Miss Gardner, who we just hired in English language arts, and
Hollander.
Miss Hollander
Page.
up in science,
Yeah.
and then a
We
math
got some.
teacher if I can
Yeah.
find one.
Yeah, we're working on that. So this
And
week,
have been since August.
Mr. Quinn, Mike Quinn, adjustment counselor, added to the staff this year, and he's been a great addition. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me. I appreciate it.
We threw it on him. I threw it yesterday at 1:00.
It was a
Thank you for
semi-late notice. No,
Yeah.
thank
no
you for
problem.
your flexibility.
It was-
That's right.
It was a semi-invite. No, you're on.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice. But
Exactly.
so, Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is year one here at Westfield Tech. Where'd you come from, and how did you end up here?
Well, last year I spent in the Huntington School District. I spent 1 year there. Prior to that was primarily Holyoke and Springfield for the bulk of my career. I've been a school adjustment counselor for almost 20 years now, primarily at the elementary level. This is my first experience at secondary, and I'm having a really great time.
What's the? That's interesting. I didn't know you were primarily elementary.
Yep.
So tell me about that transition. I mean, the issues you're dealing with now, obviously, are different. But
Sure.
What's your biggest takeaway from elementary to the high school so far?
Like I said, I mean, elementary was just, I think it was a lot more putting out, like a lot more triaging
Yeah.
on the go and
Yeah.
chasing around and stuff like that. And not that I don't have an abundance of things
Sure.
to do here, but like I said, the things are just a little bit different in
Yeah.
terms of there's more narrative, there's more talking,
Right.
there's more kind of trying to brainstorm problems with kids
them.
rather than trying to put things in place for kids to be successful. So
Yeah, I think with high school, what I like about high school, and I've done middle school in the past, and I know you have, Joe.
2 years.
You can't,
Arguably the longest 2 years of my life.
Well,
Middle school takes a very
I was,
special person,
Sure
and I'm not it.
it sure does.
yeah, I was one and done in the middle school, but I think with the high school kids, and what I like about it is that you can, if they're in the right place, you can talk to them.
Absolutely.
And you can sort of give them perspective or have them get their own perspective on situations, and let them come to the decision of what to do. Whereas I think with the little kids, you're more of giving them their choice, like this is what needs to get done. So that's interesting that and it's working out.
I'm having a really great time.
Yeah.
Not just saying that for the show.
Yeah.
The staff are incredibly supportive. The kids have been great so far. I mean, it's really been wonderful so far for the first couple of months. So
That's good. And then we have we're fortunate to have him. We have a large building. If you haven't been here, come tonight at 6:00. But we're able to put Mike upstairs because
Roughly 1/4 of a mile from end
Is
to
it really?
end, yeah.
Wow, that's something I did not know.
It
So Mike's upstairs for any triage upstairs if we need it. But
absolutely.
After a little bit of space,
yeah,
a minor renovation project,
yeah, we created some space for him.
which is no small accomplishment here. We barely got a broom closet available.
Mike, being here first year, everything like that. What do you see as? I don't know that it's a problem, but what do you find yourself dealing a lot like topic wise? I guess is there one underlying theme with kids so far that you've seen, or does it vary?
It does vary, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess the majority of what I see is it's a lot of it's more mental health related. It's a lot of I see a lot of anxiety in certain, at least the population of the kids that I've been working with so far.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that stretches up, but there's just a variety of different reasons for that. But as we all know, like you said, kids coming back and getting into the swing of things, and there's been some long-lasting effects with this sort of stuff. And I think the anxiety is one of those
Yeah.
things. But
What are you telling them?
it's difficult, kid to client to client, right?
Yeah.
Just a lot of positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids seem to be, the lows are a little bit lower, and just kind of getting them back up to where they need to be. I've been lucky so far. Kids have been really receptive to me thus far.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of kids that, like you said, it takes a little more to get through.
Of course.
Break that wall down, but
Right.
but the kids have been wonderful so far and willing to listen and willing to try some little things to make their days a little bit easier and access their academics.
For me, coming back from COVID and talking to kids, I find that the biggest issue is anxiety over things that they don't have any control over.
Absolutely, 100%.
And trying to convince them that not having control is okay and a normal part of life is, well, it's difficult to convince me of that on many
Sure.
days of the week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're rocking it. You're helping. I see you at lunch. You're out and about, and I feel like I've noticed that kids are saying, hey, Mr. Quinn now, whereas maybe like, who's the guy with the big beard?
Yeah.
Is that Mr. Rainey?
Mr. Rainey's isn't quite that gray yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of. I think I have the gray.
Yeah, we have,
the gray title thus
yeah.
far. So it's.
We have a few beards.
We do. Mr. Sperry's just shaved his, and it's coming back. But no, we love that you're here. I think having two people here would help out with Miss Humfer, and having a guy. I mean, not that that's.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to.
I was going to say that.
It's just beneficial. There's some kids that might not want to go to Miss Huffer because she's a girl. She might not understand something, and it ends up, if they don't feel comfortable coming to administrator because the perception is they're going to get in trouble.
Yep.
So it's nice to have you here, and it's nice to be able to call you and refer it to you, and I like it. I think he's doing great.
Well, thank
I have no major complaints
Yeah,
at this juncture,
no
Mr.
kidding.
Daly.
So how about the school, Mike? I mean, you've been around. Have you got a chance to check out the school and been around the shops and pop in there and?
I have, and it's. I mean, the school is fantastic. Like vocational education, it's always been something that I really focus on. It's funny, I was talking to a teacher the other day, and I said, one of my only I grew up in Springfield, and I went to Central. One of my only regrets was to not go to Putnam. It would have put me in the exact same position to go to college, to work, but would have given me
He went to Central. He's definitely younger than I am.
It would have given me additional
There was no Central for you, right?
Central opened the year after I graduated from Cathedral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1986.
But the building's incredible. It's the shops are incredible. Seeing the setups and seeing how elaborate things are and the level of training and education the kids are getting in the shop is unbelievable.
Any favorite shop you got?
I don't know. Electrical is right on my floor. It's on the second floor where I'm at, and electrical is a common problem in my household. So I might be trying to steal some things from the shop, but and auto tech.
Listen, they have a very aggressive outside work schedule. Get on, talk to Mr. Martineau.
Absolutely.
I think one thing, and I've been here 12 years. One thing I love is you talk about your house or whatever it is. If you have an issue and you have questions to be answered, you have 12, well, more than 12 experts in the field
exactly.
that you can pick their brain with. I mean, and it's a nice luxury to have. I mean, you're not, a lot of times you have to pay somebody $100, $50 to come to your house to tell you that, and
Just to talk to
you
you,
can
right.
just take a picture and go, hey, what's up with this right here? Or what do I do with that?
And depending on who the individual is, you'll get a very colorful explanation.
In electrical, we know who that is. Yeah. What we're gonna do, Mike and Pete, I don't know if you're listening, but we're gonna honor Mrs. Groom. She's not here, but we'll still do the Fast Five.
Sure.
Okay.
I told
Stand
us.
by.
Okay, play the music. So we're gonna ask you 5 questions.
5 questions.
No wrong answers. And we'll try to just get a quick insight to you and things. I mean, outside the box. So.
Answer as quickly as first thing
Yeah.
comes to mind.
All right. If you could meet someone famous, who would it be?
Tom Brady.
Okay. Favorite vacation destination?
Maine.
Okay. Favorite restaurant?
That's hard.
McDonald's. Okay.
Johnny's.
All of them.
Sorry.
Do you have a hobby?
Motorcycles.
Nice. You have how many motorcycles you got?
6.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
So I guess that is a hobby. Yeah.
That's a
We'll
that's
get
a
to that.
vehicle lot.
Yeah,
is
no
what that-
kidding. And if you were a student at Westfield Tech, which shop would you choose?
I think I would be either electrical or construction tech.
Really?
Yep.
No auto tech with the motorcycles?
Hey, I mean, I think I would enjoy it. It's just electrical and construction's always interested
Yeah.
me. It's
Yeah.
always interested me.
All right, nice job. How did you tell me about the motorcycles a bit for a second before we roll to our first song here?
I'd say I was late with that. I mean, I rode my life and then went my early life, then went about 25 years, and then I decided about 5 or 6 years ago that I wanted to buy one of my own, and it's just turned into a real hobby: buying, selling, riding. The 5 or the 6 that I have are ones that I'm keeping. So,
Yeah. Old, new? What are you a new?
5 of them are new. One of them's a 72.
Okay,
So
nice. There's a couple. There's a few guys here that ride bikes. Did you find them yet?
I'm branching out, reaching out to some of the
Okay.
guys with the common interests.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yep.
If you're looking for them, they're definitely in this school for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Mike, thanks for
I
joining
can think
us.
of a half a dozen off of the top of
Yeah,
my head.
I don't get on the things because they're death traps.
Nope.
But
It's not safe, but
No.
it's
I'm all,
it's fun.
Well, at
for
least
now,
you
for now
know.
it's fun. So-
I'm good. I'm all set. That's right up there with skydiving. No
hey,
need.
they always say it's not the guy on the bike; it's everybody around him, right?
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
You can only worry
Yeah.
about yourself.
That's
right?
it.
That's true about walking.
Yeah, Joe, you got to watch out with a walker. So, Mike Quinn, adjustment counselor at Westfield Tech. Thanks for joining us. Great addition to the staff. We love having you.
Absolutely.
Thank you
And
very much
thanks for
having
coming on. And Pete, we're going to go to our first song here. You're listening to Tiger Talk.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line. Waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line. Ooh, dear love, I hope it's me. I've been changing, as you can plainly see. I felt the joy and I learned about the pain that my mama said. If I should choose to make a part of me, it should strike me dead. And now I'm one toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line. Waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line. I sail away
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5
Question
FM
for Pete.
WSKB Westfield.
Pete, lifestyle reimagined.
Yes.
Help me understand that.
Well, she does a lot of lifestyle segments, so yeah, lifestyle reimagined. Just healthier living, that type of thing.
Like what I would do if I hit Powerball, that kind of, I can reimagine my lifestyle.
No, just in general terms.
Powerball.
Speaking of which, we have some breaking news.
What is it?
Bobby G and Company, I got a text during the first segment there when you guys were talking about it. He wants to come back and do a live show during open house tonight. So Studio 120 will be active,
Great.
and it'll be the
Awesome.
lead-in for City Council from 6 to 7.
Nice. Get them all
It's
tuned
the
up.
warm-up act.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys,
Studio 120 will be live tonight.
I thought this was going to be my last day at work, guys, because I was planning on hitting the Powerball, but it looks like I didn't do it.
Oh, we get
So
one more chance. Nobody.
That's Saturday, right?
$1.5 billion.
So if you
Yes,
don't see me
$1.5 billion.
Monday, have a good life.
I'd still come in.
I'm coming back. Don't worry.
No, I will
I'm
not
coming back.
be back.
I would come in, but I'll take a lot of vacation.
Gotta have
time.
someplace
I'll just-
outside of the house to read my newspaper every day,
I'll just-
Mr. Daly.
I'll just
Although-
volunteer my time here.
Although you'd see a big production truck backing up, I'd need more parking spots, that type of thing.
Oh, please don't mention parking spots, Pete.
We're good.
Very sore subject. these
No,
last
we've-
couple
I
of
got it.
days.
I apparently I walked into a fire yesterday.
We
but
figured
anyway.
it out. That's all set.
Okay. Anyway, quickly before we get to the kids, co-op is going strong, Mr. Langoni. I think we just put another 2 on, so we're in the low 50s, which is great. So, thank you to all the businesses. Last week I read off all the businesses that were supporting us.
So just as a percentage, if
Yeah.
you take that as a factor of the senior class, it's a little over 40% of the senior class.
Yeah,
which
so
is
we're
phenomenal.
and we do so it might be a little less with seniors
Yeah.
because we do have a few juniors out that are just getting eligible to go out. And Q1 is ending, guys. Today, no, Friday, tomorrow. So I'm sure you guys are all diligently working in between your soccer practices to get your work
Yeah,
done.
you guys have had a pretty aggressive.
We're joined with our first ever Western Mass champions. All right, and the first Western Mass championship for a Voc school in over 75 years.
Imagine that.
How about that? That's crazy. And I had thought I thought we had won Western Mass before in the past, and Coach DeLude's like, no, this is our first one. So congratulations, boys.
Thank you.
All right. The game was won at Holyoke High, and you guys was it West Side?
It was-
Right, West Side.
Say,
And you finished your game at 11 p.m. with penalty kicks. Can we go back to that game first?
Yeah.
Can we talk about?
Yeah.
So let's see who do we have. So we have David Bulatov, who's captain senior in aviation. What's up, Dave?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right.
Dave's a little hoarse this morning.
John Vella, right?
Yep.
And he's a senior captain in aviation as well. And who's this little guy over here we got?
That is Mr. Sean Johnson.
Sean Johnson. Hey, Sean, what's up? What year are you? Okay, you got to get in. You basically, guys, got to eat the microphone when
nobody's
you
gonna
talk.
hear you otherwise.
You're
Try that again, Sean.
sophomore. Hey, Pete, can you check this mic for our buddy
Volume.
Sean Johnson? All right, and what shop are you in?
Construction.
Construction. Nice. All right. So you guys, walk me through Western Mass Finals Tuesday night. It's 0-0 first half. Second half ends 0-0. And we got to go to overtimes. How many overtimes?
Two.
2 overtimes, 0-0. I mean, I'm getting stressed out thinking about that. Dave, was it stressful?
It was. Honestly, I didn't really want to go to penalties because penalty kicks, I think, are a lot more stressful than just finishing the game.
Oh
And
yeah.
we had a few chances, but both teams didn't really have a lot of chances because both teams played really good defensively.
Yeah.
And eventually just got 2 PKs, and taking penalty shots was extremely stressful too.
Oh man. And John, so before we get to the penalty kicks, was Coach DeLude's plan? Was this like we're gonna play a defensive game, or do you guys normally focus on ball control and defense, and then when you get your chances, you take advantage of them, or is this how you always play?
This is more of a normal thing.
Yeah.
We're always kind of defense first, so we don't want to get caught too high up the field where we're struggling to get back, hoping something's going to mess up so
Sure.
we can recover. But we were kind of just defense was first for sure, and that was very crucial. And we just tried to hit him on the counter, really, and tried to make as many chances as we could.
Where are you on the field? What position?
Center back,
Okay. So a lot of defense for you?
a lot of defense.
Yeah. And Dave, your position is what?
I'm a forward.
Goal scorer?
Yeah.
Are you the leading goal scorer on the team?
I might be.
Yeah, okay. And Sean, now you're on the field as a sophomore? A lot?
Yeah.
Is this kid, does he start?
He's a starter.
Yeah,
yes.
he's-
Wow. All right. Nice. What position?
Center mid.
So you're all over the place.
Yeah.
You got to play defense and offense.
Yep.
All right. And were you nervous? I mean, last year you were on the team.
Yeah.
Did you play a lot?
Yeah.
And was this the most intense game you've ever been in?
That 100%. Like. Definitely.
Did we get anybody crying? Anybody saying I can't take this? Don't tell me if there was. Anyway, that was a bad
We
question.
had people
What kind of
crying.
question is
Oh,
that, Mr.
Well, I'm thinking about the stress. I mean, like there was you guys. So it's 0-0. Double overtime is done. I'm sure you guys are tired, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's right. What?
I got to be honest. I'm surprised you guys are here today.
Well, we'll get to their schedule this week because it's crazy. Dave, what happens? Okay, the horn goes off. It's PKs now. We're all circled up, right? You get a little breather, right? What is being said in that huddle? Like what? Like, are you talking? Are the captains talking? Is Coach DeLude talking? How do we decide? I think that you guys maybe the day before went over penalty kicks or what?
We've been doing it for about 2 weeks before the tournament started because we knew if it came down to penalties, we need to know who would be our top 5 guys. taking
Okay.
them. And every practice about 2 weeks before the tournament start, we would stay after and practice our penalty kicks to make sure that if it did come down to that, everybody converted their shots.
So you guys knew this. This is a question. So you guys knew going into it who was on the penalty kick team because coach can pick anybody he wants, right? He can
Yeah.
pick the goalie out, right, to
Yeah.
come and kick. Okay. So how many penalty shots are there?
5.
So it starts off with 5. If everybody makes them from both teams, it goes on
Mm-hmm.
to the next
1
5.
1-1 or 5 again.
1-to-1.
1-1, and,
Yeah.
and that's do or die basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who took the first penalty shot?
That was me.
And
Missed.
oh,
But
that's okay.
Final, I did score the winner for us.
There you go.
On a penalty.
Nice
so.
job. Again, you see this all the time in cup games and stuff like that. That everybody misses shots, or some. Did any goalies make a save? Because that's always the big one. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Our goalie made a save.
Really?
Our goalie
Who's
made
our
a
goalie?
Logan Gendron.
Logan Genrin makes a save, which equals out the miss, right? So now you guys are 0-0 still.
Yep.
Okay, and then who shoots?
Did we play this over the PA to build the tension?
I don't know.
Okay. So I took the second shot, and we score.
Yeah. So now in that case, you score. So now Lennox has to make that or game over, right? Or no, we go 5.
Yeah, it's best of 5.
Okay, best of 5. Okay, fast forward here. Now we're down to probably what was the situation? Tied? Because I know this guy right here.
3-4.
Well, it was tied 3-3,
Yeah.
and Sean had to make it. He was our last guy taking it to win the game. He had to make the shot, which he did.
Yeah.
So they had already had all their 5 shots,
Yes.
and you guys were the last shot. And this guy here, the sophomore, was up. And you guys, did Coach DeLude decide what order you guys are shooting
Yes.
into?
Yeah.
He puts the sophomore guy over here. He's going to take the last shot. What is going through your mind on this last shot?
Honestly,
yeah.
I wasn't really thinking of anything.
Yeah.
I kind of just walked up there.
Yep.
I tried to ignore everybody like it was just a practice shot. And I had a buddy over in the stands who I ran track with last year. He graduated. He picked the corner for me. He told me where I was shooting, and I just stuck with it.
Did he scream it to you?
Nah, he pulled me aside before we went over to PKs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so you knew ahead of time where you were going with the ball?
Yeah.
Where did you end up putting it?
Top right.
Top right. Did the goalie go for it, or did you guess wrong?
No, he didn't try.
He didn't even try. Game over. Western Mass champions for Westfield Tech. Awesome. Pretty good, huh, Mr. Langoni?
Pretty good isn't the word.
Yeah.
75 years for
Se-
a Oak School.
That's awesome.
And it's us.
So now we win Western Mass. We've qualified for the state tournament, correct? Let's talk about what's going on. John, why don't you tell us about what's been going on with the Vogue tournament, actually. What happens there?
So it's a 2-game tournament. It's top 4 seeds in the state go. So we're the 4 seed. We played the 1 seed yesterday. We had to go all the way out to Cape Cod for that game. And we ended up winning it 4-2.
Nice.
And through to the final tonight at Framingham for Keefe Tech.
You got to go out to Framingham. You guys are getting dismissed early again?
Yep.
Not an easy schedule, Mr. Langoni, for these guys.
Brutal schedule.
And so those of you guys that are listening, we have a Western Mass tournament that you won, which we just described. We have a state vocational tournament. Only vocational schools can enter. You have to be one of the top 4 schools in the state to get into it. We've been in it before. We've won it before.
Yeah.
And that is right after the Western Mass game, so that's Wednesday and Thursday. So you guys won, so you're now playing again in the championship game for the Vogue tournament, okay, against Keefe.
Yep.
Okay. And because you are the lower seed, you have to travel out there, okay? If you win or lose, no matter what, you've also qualified for the Massachusetts State Tournament, okay? And when does that start?
Friday.
That starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all week you've had games and no breaks. So this is dare I say epic run right here. We have a chance to do something that obviously no other Westfield Tech team has ever done
You
before.
guys managed to get any sleep at all?
Barely.
How about schoolwork?
It's been light this week, thank God.
Yeah.
But
And Sean's in academics. He probably can't say the same.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy.
No.
It's all right. You know the principal and the assistant principal.
That's it. If you guys have any issues, make sure you come
Just
see
let us
Mr.
know.
Langoni. Dave, let's talk about you and goal scoring. So David's our top goal scorer on the team, correct, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Last year you eclipsed the all-time season record for goals in a
Yes.
season? What was that?
It was 26, and I got 29 goals last
You got
year.
29 goals. Now, why don't you tell everybody, all our 1,000 listeners that's listening right now, what are you at for goals this year?
Currently, I'm at 41 goals.
You're at 41. Last year you
smokes.
broke the record at 29, and now he's at 41. So I'd say you're having a pretty good year, huh?
Amazing year,
Yeah.
especially my last year,
Yeah.
obviously.
Good way to go out, huh?
Yeah.
And all you guys, especially you two, what a great way to finish up your senior year, right?
Yeah.
And do 41 goals and hopefully more, right? Did you have any last night?
I did. I had 3.
Okay. Here's a little question. So, and John, you can speak to, or Sean, you can speak to this. Now, everybody must know about Dave on the other team, right? So they must mark you and cover you. So how does that open up the door for other guys, or
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
Definitely.
yeah? So have you scored goals this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, a decent amount.
Yeah, double digits.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
Definitely.
You have too, huh?
Yep.
So not only are you scoring goals, but it's actually allowing other key people to score
Yep.
goals too. Are you getting? Do they double team in soccer, or just one guy just chases you around the whole game?
It depends on the game. If it's a more serious game, yes, I'll have 2, 3 guys trying to cover me, which obviously opens up a door for all the other players. Because if I take 3 guys to my side and I'll just slide the ball over to the other guy, he pretty much has an opening to score. So
Yeah, great. Well, congratulations to all 3 of you, and give our congratulations to the team. Okay.
Good luck and stay strong. You got a crazy couple of days ahead
Yep,
of you
get
for
some
sure.
rest. Make sure you guys are eating. And obviously, when you guys get interviewed by any TV stations, I want to shout out to Mr. Daly, who allowed this to happen, right? We signed off on you guys getting dismissed, right? So it's only natural that I get some credit for this.
It is
right?
amazing
Fair
from week
enough.
to week the things he
Yeah.
takes credit for.
I gotta do it because when I go home, I
That is
get
true.
credit for
I mean,
nothing.
I was going to say no victory.
Or the minute I walk off the show, I get credit. For
no
nothing.
victories of any kind the minute you walk in your front door. That's for sure.
Guys, good luck. We will be checking and definitely rooting for you guys. We're really proud of you as a school and as a city. I mean, you guys are representing us well. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we got another trophy coming home tonight, right? And then obviously you can't even just go crazy partying with it or celebrating because you guys got your state game, which is it bigger? Do you guys feel like it's bigger, the state tournament? And last year you guys got sort of snubbed a bit getting into the state tournament last year.
Yeah, it's a big tournament either way.
Yeah.
We take all tournaments kind of seriously,
Mhm.
all of them the same, because we all kind of have the same chance of winning. You
Sure.
never know.
Well, as I say, you're a winner just for having gotten into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of it's decoration, right? If you win, great. If you didn't, you still made it.
Yeah, you're already one of the top 50 teams. in the state
Exactly.
There you
of
are.
This tournament.
Yep. Good outlook. I like it. Nice job. All right, guys. Thanks for coming and back to work. All right. No rest.
Good luck, guys.
All right, Pete, let's go to a song.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we're back. Welcome back to Tiger Talk Live, Westfield Technical Academy, all things WTA.
Whilst we're waiting for Al, I would assume Al's coming down, right?
Yes.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, so I have stuff we can talk about. WCPC in the next 2 weekends.
As if we didn't, Mr. Daly.
Oh, I do.
All right, what's
coming
going
to
on,
the table.
Pete? Go ahead.
We'll be covering two
Preempted.
successive rocket launches. One will be from Wallops Island, Virginia. That'll be Sunday morning at 5:50 a.m. promptly. We'll come on the air around 5:30.
I can hardly wait.
I'm going to set my alarm for that one, Pete.
That'll launch the International Space Station. And then we got approved for credentials. Originally, we were put on a wait list, but we got approved for credentials for the New Moon rocket, the SLS, which will be taking off just after midnight Sunday into Monday, the 14th of November. And that will be launched a 28-day mission to the moon.
Does that require any kind of special clearance, security credentials?
Yeah, you're background checked. Yep. We were approved and waitlisted, but now that the launch window has slipped to the middle of the night, seems like the major TV networks just don't want to show up anymore.
So you were able to get your police record scrubbed?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely, yes. So we will be approved, and we are now self-contained. They're allowing my vehicle on as a news vehicle onto both Wallops Island and to Kennedy Space Center.
Impressive, actually.
Yep, and I've also submitted plans to actually have a TV production truck that will be based out of Westfield Tech Academy.
Fantastic.
You got to fly down there, Pete?
No, we have to drive because we have to bring all the equipment with us.
That's right.
Okay. Wow. That's
good.
a road trip right
so
there.
It's drive down to Virginia, come back for a couple of days. We have to cover Veterans Day, and then we have to drive back down to Florida. So it's going to be a crazy couple of weekends now that he's putting his microphone thing on.
We got it. He's ready to go. Alejandro, what's up, buddy?
Hi guys, how are you?
Okay. Well, let's give you a second to wake up, Mr. Langoni. Well, that sounds fun, Pete. That sounds like a good time you're gonna have. If you need another driver, let me know. Maybe I can get a couple days and run down there.
Special assignment.
I got some connections down to Cocoa Beach. I might be able to shack up down there.
Well, if you want to come with us, you're more than we'll try to find a spot for you, but there's not a lot of room in there.
Well, right.
You can fly down there and meet us.
I can ride with
if
the
you're
equipment.
out there, you know who's going to be.
For a small fee, I'm sure. Yeah.
You know who's going to be hanging out at your pad.
So, yeah, I can ride with the equipment, Pete. Don't worry about it. Just put me in the back. Give me water. That's all that matters. Joe, what's going on? Yeah, roof rack works. Joe, what's going on? Let's talk about, before we get into Al and he gets his bearings here, how did we do in attendance last week?
Well, so I have the Lekrensky report for last week right in front of me. Very, very strong week for grades 9, 10, and 11. Grade 9 was 95%, grade 10, 96%, and grade 11, 95%. The seniors struggled a little bit, almost 93%, just remembering the number of notes that came through the front office. Though still a lot of sickness in the community. I know my own kids are dealing with stuff, but overall the attendance is very, very strong. So keep up the good work, everybody. We love to have you here. And typewriter to stop so I can go into the menu, but I'll start.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Tiger's Pride is open today for table service. So if you have the opportunity, some free time, stop in for a great lunch. On the menu today, we have autumn squash bisque and Fiesta beef soup for our soups. Not exactly sure what Fiesta beef soup is, but
It's a party.
Soup.
It's a party. A party.
Party.
In your
Fiesta
mouth. And
forever.
yes, Al, it is soup.
Yep.
It is kind of cold out, so
Yeah.
I mean, this morning is not really
Might go well with your lunch, right?
On
A little
our-
cup of soup.
Yeah.
Our salad selection is a turkey Cobb salad for our entrees, meatloaf Wellington. I'll leave that to Mr. Daly. I don't do meatloaf, even if it's wrapped in pastry. Bang Bang shrimp.
Bang, bang.
And our sandwich special is
Ramp.
a grilled focaccia cheese panini. That actually sounds good. Goat cheese, fig jam, spinach, and sliced tomato.
Actually, I had a sample of that, Mr. Langoni. I was in the right place at the
Yesterday?
right time. Emerson was making it, and
The Emerson Heb.
yep. And he said, "Do you want to taste test this?" And I was the taste tester. I had a little corner of it, and I
That
did.
sounds fun.
I gave my input a little bit, and he made some adjustment. It was
Who would you be to say no, right?
It was
to a free
delicious.
sample.
It was delicious. So, awesome. So please join us at the restaurant today.
Open 10:45 to 12:15.
Right there, right? And the freshmen are actually working the grill in their exploratory week. We are just finishing up our second week of exploratory for the freshmen.
1 weeks are done, so now it's exploratory.
Well, no, it's the 1 weeks now. Yeah, the 1
Yeah.
days are done. So now they're in there for 1 week, and they're doing great. And usually, I feel like we haven't always, but I know we just started this. We're actually opening the restaurant with the freshmen, and that puts a lot of pressure on the chefs and Mrs. Boyce.
The first year that we did that was 18-19, the year right before COVID, and of course then we had to shut down for the most part during COVID. So they do a great job, actually.
They do.
Okay, the freshman weeks feel like yesterday to me.
Yeah. And now it wasn't, right? Because now you're a big bad junior, right?
Now I'm a junior.
Yep, grade 11. Here we go. All right, we got Alejandro Rogers here. Welcome, Al. Finally got here. I know you're taking some time off for your academics because grades closed Friday, right? But thank you for coming down. I called up. I know you were working diligently on your stuff, but it wouldn't be a show without our sports takes with Al Rogers, right?
Of
now,
course.
on a sidebar, how is your show going, your podcast with you and Vince?
Good. A couple weeks ago, we finished another show. I think this week with the 3-day week and all the MCAST retakes coming up.
Yep.
Sadly, I'm gonna have to
take a break.
Retake it.
Yeah.
Retake
Next
it,
week
sadly.
and the week after are kind of busy weeks.
How do we find your show? Because I got to tell you, I'm not kidding. I watched it, and it was really good. You did a great job with it.
I'm gonna get Mr. Forney on next week.
You are?
Yep.
But some of your takes are really good. I liked it. It was good. And how do we do? Can we get that up on YouTube? Can we watch that?
Yeah, I have like my own YouTube channel.
Yeah,
what's send it? If I can email to you and Mr.
Do you want to tell our listeners what to look it up on YouTube? Do you know how to do it?
Alejandro Rogers.
Okay.
Is the name of it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if it doesn't work, then I'll just send you guys the videos.
Okay,
so.
cool.
You can Google it, right, Alejandro?
Yeah.
Rogers
Yeah.
YouTube, sure.
Yeah,
just-
on YouTube.
Oh,
you
if
can
it
s-
doesn't work, then I'll just send you guys it on email.
Well, I can tell you, everybody out there listening, that you can go on YouTube. That's how I found it. I typed in your name and it came up.
It worked?
Yeah,
Alright.
it was great. So you and Vince did it, which was great. It was a good show. So let's talk. What do we want to talk about? What's your take on some sports going on right now? What's the big news out there in sports country? By the way, we did talk about Westfield Tech. Do you know what happened with the soccer team?
Western Mass champion.
Yes, and tonight they're going for State vocational champions. And then
Yes.
Friday, tomorrow, they're playing in this Massachusetts State tournament. So, crazy, huh?
Imagine the vocational tournament won by Westfield Tech, state tournament won by Westfield Tech, and Western Mass. 3.
That'd be crazy. We'd have to shut this. Can we shut the
Are
school down?
these hopes or predictions, Al?
These are my hopes and predictions, but I
Hopes
believe
and
I believe in my school. So
Yeah, I do too.
Well,
and
I think we all want that outcome for sure.
and I think you would too, that we have a day off in honor of them.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
All right.
citywide parade.
We'll run that by the superintendent. See how it goes. What's going on in pro sports?
tough loss for the Celtics last night in overtime.
Yep.
Jason Tatum with a huge dunk with like 10 seconds,
Yep.
and then overtime comes around, and I think Jaylen Brown missed a game-winning shot. I believe.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Playing a lot better than the Warriors are. I can tell you that for a fact. Warriors are hot garbage right now.
Hot garbage. Mhm.
They've lost, I think, 3 or 4 in a row, and they're playing against the Magic tonight. And if they lose tonight, that is just brutal. Magic are 1-7, so that's brutal if they lose tonight.
Are we gonna get out? Are we gonna stop cheering for them if we lose again? Or
No,
stick and
you
win?
got to keep going strong. It's so early. I mean, they're 3-5, but there's 73 games left.
Right,
so
right.
I mean,
It's
people, it's hard to panic right now when you have a million games left.
Right. I hear you.
and that panic isn't even on the register at this
No,
point.
this is just let's figure out what's going on.
Let's figure
right?
out what's going on, then move on.
Yeah. How about baseball? Have you been watching the World Series at all?
I heard that the Astros no-hit the Phillies last night.
Wait, was it a no-hitter? Because I turned it off. It was
combined no-hitter.
Combined. Wow. So that's evened up at 2. Is it 2 and 2?
2-2. Game 5 tonight, I believe.
Okay. Wow. Who you rooting for with that?
Philly.
You are. Yep.
I want Philadelphia to win.
Who's your big guy on Philly that you like?
I like Harper.
Bryce Harper. He's a player.
I think if they win the World
Mrs.
Series.
Groom, who's your favorite player? Oh, you don't know? Okay. One demerit for Mrs. Groom. There you go.
Demerit in absentia.
If the Phillies win the World Series, I think that Bryce Harper is going to be the World Series MVP.
I think so. Now, Al, before we get into football,
Mrs. Groom's birthday.
I know you're an avid NASCAR fan.
Okay.
What did you see what happened last week with Ross Chastain?
Yes, that was awesome.
Al, tell us what happened.
Yeah, Mr. Langone.
No,
not my.
I'm with you, man.
Not my bailiwick.
I'm with you, man. That's all I can say.
I don't know nothing about no NASCAR.
Oh my God, Mr. Langone, you didn't catch it?
Mr. Coles watched it.
He did.
I'm assuming.
He saw it.
He did.
It was a video game move, Al. Legit video game move.
He
crashed into the wall and went all the way around and won the race.
What?
Well, no, he didn't win. He remembered Pete. He got like 4th, but he beat who he had to beat to get into the championship.
Yeah, he passed like 3 people
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Running,
3.
crashed into
What
the
a way
wall.
to do it.
What a way to do it, then, I guess.
Yep. I knew you'd like that, Al. That's why I asked. Right.
So
All right.
That's like NASCAR over again, basically.
Yeah, it was awesome. All right, so let's talk football here.
How did you do, Mr. Daly?
Well, last week was I didn't do well again. This is.
Well, isn't this week the bye week, apparently? Or?
No.
Well, Mrs. Groom had a different take on that.
Yeah, so we were thinking, Al, if you don't mind, that we'll just give you Mr. Hastings week with 4 wins.
Okay. Hey, I'll take that. 4 wins.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to revisit that. That's horrible.
I was at like 2 last week.
Yeah. So listen. So we all last week did okay across the board. It looks like Al had the most. I had 2 wins, puts me at 15. Mr. Langone had 2 wins, puts him at 14. Mrs. Groom had 2 wins, puts her at 16. And Al had 3 wins, which puts him at 13. But if I add Mr. Hastings 4,
17.
puts him at 17. So it's a tight race right now. I do want to talk about the biggest game of last week for a second, Al. It was the New York Football Giants versus Seattle Seahawks. And what happened? Give us a recap of that game, will you?
Let him compose himself for a minute.
Not the way I really wanted that to go.
What happened?
Oh, well, Richie James happened. 2 muff punts in 2 key situations, and the defense didn't help out at all. And I took this game on Richie James. I'm surprised that Brian Duvall and Joe Shame haven't cut him yet.
All 3 faces.
All 3 faces, yes, exactly. And it's fine. The Giants are 6-2 going into the bye. No one expected this. So
you're fine with them losing? And who's the quarterback for Seattle?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, who is would you say he's a legit starter this year?
He's proved himself in the last 3 weeks.
He was a backup for a long time, right?
Mhm.
For the Jets and tried to start there, but so you don't have any problems with Seattle beating
No,
Giants.
not really. I mean, 6-2 going into the bye. Yeah, I don't remember the last time the Giants were 6-2.
I don't know either, but I do have one question for
Been
you.
a hot minute.
If I'm
Yeah,
looking at the
about that
schedule, who's the hottest team in football still?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Hands down.
Now, isn't Philadelphia in the Giant division? And who else is a hot team right now in the NFC?
I could say Dallas.
Dallas. Isn't Dallas in the division of the Giants?
Minnesota.
In Minnesota, they're not in the division of the Giants,
No.
though, right? So, but they are NFC. So it sounds like what I'm trying to get at is like 2 of the top teams in your Giants division, Philly and Dallas.
Are teams that the Giants are going to have to go through.
Yes. That's my dude. Can we do it? That's the question.
Can the Giants get through Dallas, Philly? The hardest 3 teams they're facing in the rest of the year. Dallas, Thanksgiving, in Dallas.
That's gonna be great.
I cannot wait for that game. I just hope that we can finally beat the Cowboys.
Yes.
The Eagles.
When's that?
In New York, I don't know. In
Yeah.
New York once, in Philadelphia once.
Mm-hmm.
Guessing that's sometime at the end of the season.
Yep.
Minnesota on Christmas Eve.
Oh man.
So
Come on, Santa, bring us a gift.
Yeah. Those 3 teams, if the Giants can beat those contending teams, I can call them a consistent playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to get past them first.
Right. Yeah, it'll be the test.
I think the hardest test is going to be Philadelphia, hands down.
Oh, of course. Are they not a huge surprise as well with the Giants? Philly's success right now?
I think after they added A.J. Brown.
That's it. Game changer.
That's all they needed.
Game changer. All right, well, the Giants aren't playing this week, so we don't have to worry about picking them or not picking them.
Nope.
But we do have Philly tonight. I don't even know why we're picking this game.
Because we all know Philadelphia.
Yeah, we're not going to pick this game tonight. This is silly. We know that's going to happen.
8-0 written all over.
All right, let's go with I got 3 picked, and I'll pick a 4th. Maybe you can pick the 4th, Al. So Indianapolis versus New England. New England's coming off a win.
A big win.
Yeah, they're boring right now. I know quarterback struggles, whatever. And then Indy, who has? Do they even have a quarterback right now?
Not really. I mean, I don't really think so. Mr. Coles, I don't even think Indianapolis has a consistent quarterback right now. They're on like their 3rd or 4th string.
Cold soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Al, who you got? Indy or New England? At New England.
Oh, New England. The Colts don't even have a quarterback.
Cold soup.
Yep. How about you, Mr. Langoni?
New England. You have Mrs. Groom's picks, correct? She dialed them in?
Well, she only sent me that she wants Philly, but she doesn't know that we're not going to pick the Philly game tonight. So sorry, Mrs. Groom.
There's no point of picking we all know that Philadelphia is going to win by like 30+. There's no point of picking the Philadelphia.
Here's one that
you
should
just
be
jinxed
on.
them, right? You know that.
Yeah.
I don't think I jinxed them at all. I just know what's going to happen.
Guys, here's one that's on your list that you should be watching. It's the LA Rams, struggling LA Rams versus the struggling Tampa Bay Bucks. At Tampa, can Tom Brady bounce back?
Oh, he's such a mess. I don't know.
He is a mess.
He is a mess. I'll have to. Brady, I've given you so many chances. I'm sorry, dude.
You go Rams?
Okay. I'm sorry. You blew it.
Joe?
Rams are coming into it.
Tampa because it's at Tampa.
Okay. I'm going to go with Tampa, too.
That's a gutsy pick, Mr. Langone.
I'm going because I just got it. The guy's got it.
Go large or go home, Big Al.
All right. How about Monday night, Baltimore versus New Orleans?
Oh, Lamar.
New Orleans is on a tear, man.
You going? I know New Orleans is doing well. Al's going to go Baltimore.
They suck me in my fantasy league because they wiped the floor with the Raiders.
Al's going to go New Orleans. You know what? I think I'm going to go Baltimore. Didn't they just pick up a linebacker from Cleveland, Baltimore? Was that the Smith?
Yeah, Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Chicago traded him to Baltimore.
Yeah. And then I guess there was one more game we'll pick before we go to the superintendent show. What about
the other?
You want to do
show.
Joe? Joe or Al? Kansas City, Tennessee, or Seattle, Arizona? Which one do you want to pick?
I like Kansas City, Tennessee myself.
Yeah, I'll
don't go by me.
Kansas City, Tennessee. I mean,
is that really
Seattle, Arizona game was gonna be? That's gonna be a toss-up because.
That's why I want to pick that. Let's pick that one. It's tough. I changed my mind.
I mean, that's the Sunday night game.
Yeah, what did he ask for, Al?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do. Okay.
Okay, it's fine.
It's okay.
All right.
No,
we'll
do it.
All right, Seattle, Arizona. Who you got? Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray or Geno? What? The Cardinals are like 3-5, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take Seattle because they're playing red hot. Right?
I'm gonna take Seattle. Okay, we're all gonna take Seattle. We'll get picks from Mrs. Groom. Al, great job. Thanks for coming down and taking some time off your academic schedule. Let's get you back up there.
Yes.
Joe, we made it through without Mrs. Groom.
Well,
But we survived, so it was good.
We survived. I hope she's enjoying
Pretty
her
sure the
special assignment.
The retakes are Wednesday and Thursday, so I don't know if I'll be able to be on the show.
The retakes are Wednesday. Actually, I'm not going to be on the show, Al, because I have to practice, so it's going to be Mrs. Groom and Mrs. Bailey
and
next
no
week.
Al, too? We might, I don't know if we're going to survive.
No Al next week, huh?
I'll bring the Ross Chastain video out.
Yeah,
next week.
maybe we'll show some stuff.
Unfortunately, when it's MCAS time, that consumes my entire life.
Yeah,
so.
I have to retake. So.
Yeah,
that's it.
all
That's
right.
what's happening.
All right, thanks, everybody. And
So
have
I
a
will
great...
see you all in 2 weeks.
I'll see you next
I will
week.
see
Tiger
you
Talk.
in 2 weeks.
Live.
I know.